Yeah, and hopefully, like you said, contraception is the same thing. How deadly, how bad it is for marriages, how it's destroyed marriages, and even within the Catholic Church, how so many couples even practice contraception. Hopefully, our leaders, laity, and clergy will, say how bad it is. So, can you speak to that? What can we do as laity to be able to help in this contraceptive mentality, throughout the church and throughout the world?
Yeah, I mean, our culture is just marinated in this contraceptive mentality. I mean, when, you find out, we found out we're having our second kid or third kid, people are like, well, you're done, right? I mean, you've got your girl now and you had your boys. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I've collected all the genders. I can stop procreating now. It's like, what are we talking about here? Children are the supreme gift of marriage.
Amen.
And so I think for the world to pick up on this, we've got to practice it ourselves. The natural family planning, responsible parenthood is not always just about having fewer children or no more children. Sometimes responsible parenthood is having more children and realizing, okay, do we really need for boat? Do we need that 3-car garage? Because maybe the greatest gift we could give someone is the gift of human life. Because to give that gift to one person, God sees through all generations. We could be saying yes to potentially thousands of descendants that could one day populate the beatific vision in heaven one day for all eternity by saying yes to one. With some sleepless nights and extra diapers and tough bills to pay, God sees the big picture. Sure. And so we've got to embrace this ourselves. Although it's difficult, it's tough. In the end, it's how many of God's blessings do we want to restrict on ourselves? He wants to bless us, but are we ready to receive that?
So what do we say as laity? You're a couple that's practicing contraception, and we're trying to encourage them to be open to life. Joe and I and Chris, you are as well. Our actions are speaking it, but what's like the go-to line? What advice would we say to a person that is, they're open to it or they've never been taught?
Yeah, there's a couple of things to look at. One is that the church is not against family planning responsibly. The church is not against controlling births. If, this is not the time for us to have a kid, financially, psychologically, health-wise, there are just reasons to postpone pregnancy. And the church recognizes that. That's why the church offers natural family planning, which is 99% effective. And what I sometimes say is that, when you look at the side effects of the contraception, whether it's the breast cancer, the birth control pill, or whatever, it's like, I don't need the philosophy and theology. If that's not good for my wife's body, then case closed. Let's pick the healthiest option. And NFP taught me that her body's perfect. She doesn't need the pills and shots and drugs and chemicals. She needs to be understood. So instead of suppressing her body with chemicals to conform to our desires, we can actually conform our desires to the perfect way her body has already been created. And this is authentic sexual liberation. Couples that use this have a divorce rate under 4%. Like, the church is onto something here. It's good news. They're even coming out with technology.